I feel like water is the most versatile.
I think you're very
so
watery.
more water.
I'd say you're
You are
water
wet.
fire.
Yeah.
Water fire.
Water fire. Yeah, sounds
honestly,
kind
Yeah,
of
water
intuitive.
fire.
Yeah.
Water fire.
Yeah. You're
Fire.
boiling water.
Because I can turn the fire on when it needs to be hot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, I mean.
It's getting steamy in
Yeah.
here.
Hi, welcome to MackZaddy. The most energetic podcast of the nation.
The nation.
The nationwide
Nation.
podcast.
I'm feeling pumped up from here
Yeah.
on.
I'm
How
glad.
pumped, how pumped.
I'm so glad we could all do this together.
Same.
So that's one version. Reset.
Hi, welcome. You're watching MackZaddy. The most energetic podcast there is in the entire world.
Hello.
So today we are talking about finding our style.
Oh, one sec. Yeah.
Wow, that was so good too.
I was trying to find my style,
Oh,
guys.
Oh my goodness.
find it?
I didn't find it. I'm gonna need you guys to help me find it.
well, we can go look for it together.
What just happened? I was so like, what? Anyway, cool, nice.
So finding your style.
Oh yeah, styling.
What does this mean to everyone? As in you two.
I remember
Everyone here.
Everyone at this table.
No.
you go first.
Style. What does style mean to me? You know, it means a lot of things.
There are many things that make up a style, that's for sure.
There are many aspects of style and styling. I don't know. I think that's like the best part of my dancing is the
Your style.
Oh, yeah.
Your style is
Right.
the best part about your dancing. Just to tell
Yeah.
you, the best part about me is my style.
No, you know, like as opposed to like my like pattern workability.
Okay.
Like as opposed to like the level at which my complex patterns are. I think
Cool.
my styling.
So you're saying styling
style
styling is different to what you can lead.
yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm
like
saying.
that.
They're not like they don't have to be always separate things, but I
Correct.
would think of those things separately.
They're
Cool.
also different
Yeah.
to your brand as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we're talking about style, style
Yeah.
is different to brand too.
Yeah,
Brand's
like
another
branding.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think as far as style, like what does that mean to me? I think people try to find like what they want to look like and like
Did you find it? Are
Yeah,
you looking
still
for
not
it?
there.
It's
Still
not there.
looking.
It's not there.
I'm sure it'll turn up.
I think it's harder to find if you don't have something to look for.
Wow, that was so insightful.
That was deep, hey?
Oh.
Whoa.
So, I get a style. I don't think is something you can force.
Yeah, you have to find it.
You have to find it or you're screwed. No,
Find
really.
it. Only way.
Yeah, I think so. I guess in terms of there's a process to this, right? So it's not something that you discover straight away, and even when you do, it doesn't stick for the whole time. It does evolve and it does change.
Yeah.
I think I don't know, for me, I had a very, very hip hop style when I started because that was my main style of solo dancing when I began West Coast Swing.
What?
Hip hop,
What was it?
my solo.
I thought you said it was contemporary lyrical stuff.
I did both, but I feel like contemporary was harder to work into
What?
the partner dancing
Okay.
at the time.
Gotcha. At the
Yeah.
time. Gotcha.
Especially with the type of music that was being played,
Yeah.
it wasn't as like alternative and contemporary as it is now. Like it was very much like R&B,
I was watching some
like
old,
upbeat.
actually, some like
Yeah.
clips from like AO 2020,
Yeah.
like 2012 or something.
Yeah.
And like
It was
the
very,
intermediate
yeah.
Jack and Joel. Well, we talked about it in the live stream. How I was saying I was watching that video of you with I think Rachel Curitin. It was like an intermediate comp, but the songs they were playing was like ooh, boom,
Yeah.
boom, like party club
Yeah.
The
songs,
songs
from like the early
I do
2000s.
remember doing more isolations back when I
Yeah.
first
yeah.
like when we first
Yeah.
started.
Yeah, it was honestly better than
I
it is
think-
now.
I was just thinking it was the level because
Definitely
like
lost
when
it a
I
little bit.
started, you know, I'm just better
She's all
now. I don't-
downhill.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, you know? Yeah.
No, I thought, well, that's the thing. I think the genre of music at the time, because West Coast is an evolving style of dance, and it evolves based on the genre that's most popular. So
Yeah.
we all would have had different styles then to what we have now, regardless of the music that we listen to now.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is what I was looking like. How do you find your style? In the sense of you got to look at the music. You got to look at people like that already dance.
People.
People have people eater, chitter print something.
Yep.
That
Like, when I first started, it was... So, let's say, when I was a newcomer, all I was worried about, it was staying on time and getting through the basic patterns and make sure I led them
and having like
nicely.
random
Yeah,
hip hop.
led them
things.
nicely. And when I learned how to do a turn during my anchor, I was like, that is style.
Like you turning like
Boom.
change
Behind
the
the
hand
back,
behind
yeah.
the back.
I did that so many times.
I still do
I
that.
still
by the
think
way.
I'm cool when I lead that.
Yeah, it feels good. You're
But,
like,
like,
ooh.
Those
no, no.
things continually to like progressively get harder and harder, and you learn more, and they're like, cool, I can cross in front now on my anchor. And I'm like, all these sorts of things, I'm like, fuck, I'm awesome. My
Yeah.
style is sick.
Yeah.
But then, like, people had to teach those to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I would look up to them and be like, okay, what else do they do? What else do they do? What musicality do they have? What patterns do they lead? What do they do with their isolations? Whatever.
Yeah.
And pick out parts that I liked, I guess. And this is why everyone's style is different, because
Got it.
everyone nearly got it. Yeah, did you guys feel like you looked at anyone to find your style or to help, like,
Yeah.
inspire you?
Well, I think when I started, because I did privates with you so much,
I'm so
there was
sorry.
a.
so
we
sorry.
definitely needed
Look,
more
and I
inspiration.
haven't quite fully recovered from it. There's still a bit of trauma there, but I don't think I'm quite ready to unpack that just yet. I think I need more time.
That's okay. We can come back to
Yeah,
that.
that's
That's
fine.
fine.
Look,
That's
it was
fine.
just know that it was really tough and it really affected my dancing.
Well, it benefited me. So thanks for that.
Yeah, anytime. But there was like, we were doing private so often, and then there was a time where we looked very similar.
Yeah, we looked,
like
yeah.
there's some videos we did.
Yes,
like
you
that was
did.
that choreo thing we did, and it was like almost like a 1-to-1. It
Yeah.
was like weird.
Yeah.
Watching it was like that's like so in sync. It was
I
cool.
loved
It was actually really
I loved
cool.
it because it's like,
Do you
okay,
think we could probably still do that?
we could still do that.
Yeah.
I think we've learned a lot of different tricks now.
Yeah.
That like tools for our own styling that we'd have to teach each other certain things.
Yeah.
But
I think that's what kind of happened because I think there was a point in time where it was like I was learning how to dance like you, and then after that I think it started being like, oh, and then how do I dance like me?
Yeah.
But a lot of that just comes from like watching other dancers being like, oh, that's a cool idea. One,
Yeah.
how do I feel about this, or how does the music make me feel, or like the sounds or the shapes I'm like feeling or seeing in my head. How do I make body do that? And then also, what are like other dancers doing? Where I think most of my inspiration comes from like followers. Just kind of think styling wise or like stuff they do in the dance. Generally in my mind feels a lot more musical on like a solo level than I see leaders do more often. So I'm very drawn to that. It's
leaders are
I
probably
love
more
following
patterns
more as
and
well.
stable.
Yeah.
And then like the follows add the styling within the framework.
Yeah.
As a generalization.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that's the only way it can be. But yeah.
We're actually talking about this in Europe because we were talking about the fact that the amount of like the level of all-star follows in Europe is like nearly all of them are ridiculous.
Amazing. Yeah.
Really
Compared
good.
to
Yeah.
like the upper level leaders, I feel like there's a key group which are like consistently top, and then the others are kind of like falling in amongst each other. But I feel like it's generally easier for the followers to develop their style earlier and look better earlier because they're not thinking about as much at the start.
A
of
pattern
dance.
selection.
Yeah,
The
Yeah, the leaders are having to think about majority of everything so much earlier on. They don't have as much time to develop their style from the
Which
start.
I don't necessarily
I
think
guess.
it's not as much. I think the followers do think about a lot, like more technique, more like music, like isolations or like
But
what
we
they're
have
doing.
time and capacity to think about that from the
Yeah,
start.
yeah, more. It's just like a different variation of what they're setting their skill, like brain to.
I
guess.
also think that there's more of a not like acceptance of like follower styling, but I think of women dancing compared to men. Like I think more women feel less pressure on doing cool dancey things in themselves than I feel like I see a lot of men do.
As in, you feel like the men have to do like
Yeah.
So
Yeah, or like when I watch a lot of high level leads, I feel like what I see is really good leaders at the dance. Like they're like they look
patterns,
really
the
like
structure.
smooth and like everything
Oh,
looks
okay.
technically really, really good. But I don't think like flair wise, if I was just watching them
Style.
dance by themselves on like a
Gotcha.
styling
So
Yeah,
the
yeah.
quality of
Yeah.
movement is there.
quality
it's
of
not
movement
the
and the
flair,
technique.
I
I
guess.
just don't think like physically
Yeah.
they do as much, which
Yeah.
I feel about a lot of most leaders, which again is probably generalizing. But I think I like
No,
the
sure,
idea of
that's fine.
doing trying to be more of like the follower, styling wise, as a leader. Like, how can I also be like hitting it? And there's like limits to that.
It's hard to find the balance because if you think too much about all this other stuff that moves, it can affect how it feels.
How the rest of it's going.
Follows on the end of it.
Yeah.
So finding a balance of like creating enough space to allow you to style, as well as giving your follow either space or leading your follow to hit the one or whatever that is always you finding those techniques and balances. And I think throughout different levels, you have to be like, okay, what do I prioritize? Do I prioritize finding a style straight away, but maybe my lead isn't going to be as clear from a leader's perspective? Or do I prioritize trying to feel really nice maybe straight away and like lead these things clearly, but maybe I'm not very aware of like what I can do, what are the possibilities of my leading on my body.
Actually, that's one thing. Think about the amount of times you see a follower's styling class versus a leader's styling class. I don't think I've ever seen a leader's styling class done.
I've taught one.
Yeah.
No, but I don't think I've seen one done like at an event or something before as a workshop.
There's definitely they're around, but they're a lot less, right?
A lot less.
A lot less.
Like I couldn't think
for
of
us
any
anyway.
times off the top of my head.
Yeah. And I know there's some in Europe and in we did one in New Zealand when you did a follow and I did a leader one. But it's like solo choreo or like just like solo dancing basically, but and you can put like patterns into it, but being aware of your own body to find your style
is important.
Is hard as well. Like it's not just do this as you go across the floor. It's like because then you get people doing
mechanically.
This.
What? How does?
Like,
what is that? How does this work?
Yeah. So just feeling your body and knowing how it works is its own step.
Yeah.
So I think once you have an understanding of how your body and like the small micro movements in your body, then you can start to like push boundaries. But what would you say? Would you say it's more important to find the base first, or would you say it's more important to experiment with the styling?
Always.
Because I still think you can style without. Like I still think leading patterns is a style. If that makes sense. I don't.
It can be depending on the person.
Yeah.
Because it depends on the person. It could be, but I think definitely you need the base first. If you don't have the base, there's not much point.
Yeah.
I feel like it, in my mind, it can really vary, I guess, dependent on the person. I think generally more to the side of like the base first. But sometimes people are just like really inherently kind of just good at dancing, or like they pick up a lot of things really quickly. Like I think I was doing privates with this guy, like L from Japan. I think you did one as well with him.
Yeah.
And he was still relatively new to it. He'd only been doing it for like 6 months or something.
But
6 months.
He had
a style.
He had like other styles in his back pocket. So like at a fundamental level, there was a lot of basics I guess we could have worked on. But I gave him like technique around it that I reckon he could just like work on. But it was like, it was cool. It was like good enough that like
at that level that he was dancing at. That's good. It was good enough.
So I prioritized a lot of styling things. At least some of we did a lot of private, so a lot of it was like more styling things and solo movement, which he already was really good at. He was so visual, which was very nice.
It was very easy.
It was so easy. It was just like, do this, and he'd do it. Yes.
Well, because he didn't have the best like English, right? So just visuals all he had.
And it worked.
And feeling,
it was really good. It was had like so much fun. But he like had a very like inherent movement within himself that I thought that is someone that I would feel better about like giving solo things to, because they already have like I think a good understanding of how their body moves.
Yeah.
And I think the basics and the fundamentals might come more naturally to this person, as opposed to if I was teaching someone that maybe wasn't as inherently understanding of their movement in their body.
Yeah. I think it's different depending on the styles too you do. Because if you do a Lindy Hop or an East Coast swing or like
hustle
is very different to a ballroom and a salsa and a zouk and a solo dancing of hip hop and contemporary and ballet. Like they're all very different techniques that you bring into the dance. So I think being aware of that, like how aware are you of this specific movement? Is it a sharp movement? Is it a soft movement? Is it a long movement? Is it a short movement? Is it a reverberation or a tense moment or do you know what I mean?
I guess for me, I don't know if this is because it's like my teacher brain at the same time, but when I first started out, I just did lots of styling, and I feel like it almost just distracted away from a lot of the connection parts.
Yes.
So when I kind of learned more, I really wanted to still keep in my mind the style I wanted to have, but I wanted to learn how I can use that style within the connection to actually strengthen the connection.
Yes.
So, and I don't know whether it's because I want to be able to explain this as a teacher.
When was the shift?
Or just for me.
When did you feel like the shift was? Because I think I know when my shift was, but
mine would have probably been during intermediate into advanced. I was started to get a little bit more curious into looking into it, but in advanced was definitely when I was more what am I actually doing versus what I'm trying to create.
What is it? What is the feeling that is affected by me doing my own styling?
Yeah.
Because when I do a wave, if I try to isolate it the hand, even if I do like this, then the wave looks crap.
Yeah.
But if I do this, then it affects the connection.
Yeah.
So it's
now everything micro means a lot when you get higher in the levels.
And you understand.
Micro is huge. Micro movement.
Yeah. So that was around the same
micro
time.
movement is huge.
I was going to make a joke, but it's alright.
So it's my...
I was just like, micro is huge. And I was like, you say that to me a lot, don't you?
Nice.
But yeah.
Did you just get it? Oh, wait.
No. It was just funny that you both went synchronized to that. That was beautiful.
Oh, that was nice.
That's nice then.
Yeah, I think that's a good point though. I think that's a very good point. Because I still do things that when I lead things and my follows doing styling stuff, and I'm like, stop it. Just let me lead one pattern, or something up and it at all levels too. And I think it depends what you go in. What are you going into this dance with the mindset of? Do you just want to solo dance and
have fun and just be really carefree,
or do you want to lead, follow, and do the partner dance? But as a leader, I can give you time to style, if I know how to do that, or I can take it away by giving you a bunch of complex patterns.
I feel like that happens sometimes. I think I do this more as this will happen leading and following of sometimes the dance feels like I'm dancing for the partnership. Sometimes it's just dancing to have a good old chat with the person I'm dancing with. Yeah. And then sometimes it does feel like I'm dancing more for me in moments than it is the partner. Sometimes it's just a song I really like and it's I can't even help it.
You
I'm
get
just
into it.
I'm going in. This is, it's I'll be dancing, I'll do a push break and I'll be stay.
Which one do you find more fun?
Boom, boom, boom.
Which one do you find more fun?
What's the
Being
question?
able to do your own styling within the dance or having to lead follow?
It feels more rewarding when it happens together, I think. When I do styling things that works with a partner, I think that feels more rewarding.
I think together in general.
You feel connected and it's oh shit, we're on the same wavelength. It's nice to ride that.
Together in general.
Yeah.
So if I'm leading and it's I can't be distracted. Let's pretend I'm a lower level leader. If I do something and I get distracted from someone else's following doing styling, then I would hope my follow would stop so that I can focus on my leading. But if I'm a low level leader and I'm leading but I love the styling, sweet, go for gold.
Yeah.
But I also as a leader now, I like being, because I know how to give opportunities and also set up for hits and stuff like this. That I like to, when I'm leading, I like having a follow that follows. And when I am giving space, I like follows that can be aware of that and use the moment to influence or isolate or style up their own body. Yeah. But I think that's its own skill and its own leader and follow end. But if you have one person trying to lead a bunch of complex patterns and then follow styling, and it almost falling over a little bit maybe, it does look weird. And the same in reverse. Yeah. The leader styling a lot and the followers just trying to move themselves in these patterns. It's what's happening right now? Yeah. So together I think is a big...
You know what I think is, maybe this is just in my brain, I'm interested in what you guys would think about this, is I think that...
I spy with
Hey.
Okay.
Hey.
Ready? Okay.
We're gonna win today. Well shit, what was I gonna say? Okay, yeah, what do you guys think? This is a thought that I have, is I think... Shit, now I can't get through this without laughing. What I think is that followers can, how do I word this? Get away with overstyling through a dance more than a leader could. In the sense that if a follower is doing heaps of styling through a dance and a leader is generally quiet, that I think can be looked over more than
I
the
think
vice
that's
versa.
more.
say that one
I
more
think
time.
that's more common.
Yeah.
But I don't think they can get away with it more.
Like if you were in a comp and there was like a dance where the leader's very like not really much, but he's way more basic in his solo movement, but it's still leading like patterns and stuff.
Yeah, clean.
But
Just clean.
The styling and all like the zhuzh and the kabam, that's what is all like coming from the follower, and that's more in like the attention drawer.
Okay.
I think that would do better than a dance in which the follower is really basic and the leader is doing all of the styling and like.
I think generally, like if we're talking like as a whole, generally,
there's like
it does matter on like what. I think that's what you see most of the time.
That is definitely what you see most, is the followers over styling.
I don't know if it's called over styling. It's like
just like I
styling
think
to
doing
the
more
point-
of the majority, I guess, of the
Outdancing their partner.
I guess outdancing. Like I think maybe to put that to that extreme, I think that would be more.
you can see that the followers
than
have
vice versa.
more musicality in their own body. But like also the follower can't lead the patterns.
Yeah.
Maybe the follower doesn't influence the patterns. Sorry.
Yeah. To be fair, this makes sense to me.
Yes.
In terms of like the evolution of the dance and like the functions of the roles, like it does make sense to me as to why this is. But I just think like it's a interesting thought process, especially when I think more leaders could be doing more.
I actually think
themselves.
back in the day it was easier for the leaders to style.
Yeah, I felt that.
Yeah, because
for
the
sure.
followers didn't have as much freedom as they do now. So I feel like now.
Yeah.
So
You know
it's actually
what?
talking
Yeah.
talk about this. So, we're talking about like the level of influence within the dance. So back in the day, it used to be like 70-80% leaders. 20-30% followers.
Yeah.
It's literally done a flip. I
flip.
feel. So now the follower has like anywhere from 60 to 80% like influence in the dance now with the direction it's gone. I think.
I think it's like when we first started, like it was more about like in like what tricks can you do, what stuff can you do. I did solo dancing, so how can I put that into my dancing?
Footwork.
Like footwork. It was easier for me to do it, and I still want to do that like as well. And I think as a follower, you still do it as well.
Yep.
But it's a matter of like being aware of like what is the person's default styling. Like when you work with someone else, not affecting it too extreme, but also being aware if they can change to like.
Is your styling your basic?
Yeah. Is your styling your basic? Yeah. Because if your styling is your basic, then it's not a style anymore sometimes.
Yeah.
Like if it's the only thing you can do, then it's not a variation or yeah.
Just to clarify, for me, styling and style are different things. So if I think of a style...
okay.
So I have two questions.
That's where I was.
First question, what do we think each other's style is?
Okay.
And my second one is, how much do you think that changes depending who you're dancing with? So let's go with the first one.
Okay. What do we think each other's style is?
So style would be more like a consistent feeling or look
Yeah.
overall.
Yeah.
Overall.
Styling is like just like random things you throw in like as a one-off to, it might just be a footwork thing. It might just be, you know, a specific movement in one moment of time.
Okay.
It's not consistent.
I have one for myself. Do you want me to give one for you two as well?
What's your heart?
Or just you two?
Okay, let's just talk about, so what do we think Mackenzie's style is?
We'll give it each other and then we can also talk about ourselves later.
Yeah.
Mackenzie's
Let's start
style
the
is
easiest
hip hop.
one. Yeah.
Hip hop.
Pop lock, isolated.
Yeah.
And
that's-
then when we
this-
say, and I guess this is the other thing, hip hop is the thing that's kind of been like lumped under. Like
Because of your routines.
Because of the routines.
That's
but like,
influence.
I
the
guess
style
like, is
you
that
do.
style technically even hip hop, like at its like core? Like, I think it would just branch off into like,
Hip hop is a massive.
I know like the umbrella term of
There's a
R&B
massive-
would be the, like, not even R&B.
popping and locking would feel more right.
Popping and locking
Like,
is the
that feels
style
more-
of hip hop that you do.
Yeah,
Is the style of hip-hop.
or like a more urban
Yes.
hip hop, as opposed to like you're thinking of your 90s hip hop. I
I'm
guess
just
where
going,
it's more
yeah.
roots wise, but
Sure, popping and locking, yes.
doesn't matter. Yeah.
But popping and locking is another style of dance. Whereas you're saying hip hop is the umbrella of like in West Coast swing, you're adding hip hop techniques or cultures
Yeah.
into your West Coast.
And then also, Do you feel like your styling differs from your leading and your following? 'Cause I feel like mine does.
Wait a second.
Sorry.
So this is like talking about,
Yes.
this is our
Yes, it does.
I'm doing
dominant
good. I'm
roles.
excited.
Yes,
So
it
this
does.
is for our dominant roles first.
Yes.
Dominant roles.
Yes, it does.
Dom roles.
And Maddie, I feel like would I say like your style, expressive, in the sense of whatever you feel to the music, you'll do. Even if it's like not always in a position that I thought you would do it. If that makes sense, you're still making it clear that you're hearing this part in the music. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I kind of said this on a live stream, but I think your dancing's very adaptable. Like, I think you've got like a style that will, I think, change dependent on like the energy of the song you're getting. I think pretty clearly. Like, I think you give
Yes.
very clear energy shifts dependent on like what the song is, and then I also think with who you're dancing with as well. But I think your strong points are like your flowy, nice, like temporary things you do, and then you also like your sharp hits. I think you do a lot of like.
So we're saying style overall style, and then styling. As
No,
a
not
separate
styling.
thing.
Just styling
separate
is
thing.
just.
I kind of
As
dipped
a
into
separate
the style.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
Leaning a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
bit there.
I think it's and this is the hard thing. Like, this is actually something I'm still trying to figure out myself right now. Is what is my inherent style? Because I feel like I've got so many things floating around. I haven't really.
I would say
cemented
expressive.
into
I
one.
say expressive
All things
because whatever the
in-
song is, she expresses that feeling
So
she
I'm a-
feels with that
I'm
song.
a chameleon or chameleon.
Chameleon, yeah.
Chameleon.
What about me?
Huh.
A bass style.
Wow.
Because I have
yeah.
one for this.
Again,
Really
you're
stumped me on this one.
you're pretty adaptive.
Adaptive.
You are still pretty adaptive too. I feel like you.
Oh, to the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I've watched your dancing change a lot through the time I've
It has.
known you.
I still feel like you probably have. I feel like you're either sharp or you're soft in terms of how you're moving. So I feel like you definitely pick one based on the song. So for the most part, if it's like an upbeat R&B song, you'll stick to like
The sharp or
the
something.
sharp
Yeah,
for majority of the time.
Yeah.
If it's like more of a slower contemporary, you'll go soft and you'll kind of stay there for the whole time.
Yeah, okay.
So, but I feel like it's very clear either way.
Okay.
This might. I wonder if this feels right to you. Sometimes I feel like there's like a roundness to your leading
Yep.
and your pattern work, and there's
Absolutely.
a lot of like round and continuationness
Yes.
that I think was less so back in the day.
Yes.
Like, I think there was a period of time where I remembered you having a very like solo inspired like style where you were doing
Yes.
a lot more solo work
Solo
and a
stuff.
lot more like integration of that, and then it shifted onto more focus of partner
work.
style
Yep.
and partner work there. So now I think you're like more towards the partner,
Partner
Very observant.
over the being the priority, and then the solo stuff making like peaks within that within a dance. That feels right.
So we had a private with Tut saying that she wants the old lead, like give the lead, give the direction, and stop moving around. Like on a phrase change, I might go around.
Everything's kind of
Yeah.
moving and
Yeah, so
You're very
Nice.
fast. Like, there's
so that was the
continuous
thing I was going to
movement.
say for myself. I'm fast.
You're fast.
Yeah.
I'm moving all the time.
yeah.
Is my like style.
Yeah.
But I think I'm working on like adapting that
Yeah.
where I feel like it should go. I think it's finding where I think that should go is the challenge for me at the moment.
Yeah. It's a fun one though.
What was the second part of this question?
The second part was, how much do you feel like your style changes with like?
Oh wait,
depending
you
on the
need to say
person?
things. Did you say what you thought we were? Oh, we both said, yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We did say this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. What did-
Yeah, like how much do you feel like you kind of sacrifice isn't the word, but I guess put your style aside when you dance with other people
A lot.
as a leader, as your dominant role,
As a leader,
as your leader.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
no,
Okay.
I actually don't think much. Like, I think most
Yeah.
of it depends. Like, sometimes I'm just too tired to keep up with, I think, how I more normally dance because there's just so much going on.
I don't. Yeah,
Um,
sorry. I wouldn't say a lot. I think at the start, I always feel like that because I'm sussing the dance out, and then I feel like then I make my assumption on like then once I build that, then I can bring in that styling, but how much can I bring it in
Yeah.
is the question. How much of that style?
Yeah.
With what you're talking about with like roundedness is harder for me probably than adding my own like movement and dancing in my body. Does that make sense?
Do you think sacrificing the round and continuation movement would be
partner work.
harder than...
The partner work. So the partner work, then my own styling in my body.
Yeah.
That I find it now because I've been doing the rounded
Yeah.
partner works for so long.
Now the
Right.
solo
The
stuff.
solo stuff would be harder.
Is the-
But I would have said that
Right.
that would have been the other way around. Way
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, I'd be the same.
I feel it
Yeah.
similarly as well.
Yeah.
Like, that was, you can see the shift in that. Because I feel like what I had predicted what your dancing would look like in like 8-10 years time from when I met you to where it got to, I think is different to what I would have expected back then. But now it makes a lot of sense. I think with the also seeing your path and your journey and what you've kind of been working on through the years as well.
Yeah.
Like it makes a lot more sense. I think so.
Because we touch on
Yeah.
this too. Because finding your style, like something we said to you and Rashania, I don't know if we said this to Rashania, but we said to you that like when you're teaching and traveling and stuff, like if you demo to the same type of songs all the time, you get labeled as this
You get
style of thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because people and the same routines, all that sort of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So like diversifying or like learning all these other things can help you in the future because an event or another dancer even
You want to look as
Yeah.
versatile as possible.
like
yeah.
just to
means-
challenge yourself too.
yeah, but also there's a good thing about being niche and just focusing
Yeah.
on one thing
Yeah.
too, because but you will find in the future that it will you'll struggle or you'll feel like you're compensating a lot
Yeah.
to take away your style and dance with someone that's not
Yeah.
that style.
Oh, the world
Yeah.
isn't ready for me to do a blues routine.
The world is definitely not
I'm
ready.
also not ready for
Not
the world
ready.
to see me do a blues
My,
routine.
my eyes are also not ready.
Yeah.
I
to
would
see
have
you
also
do a
said the
blues
same
routine.
thing.
Yeah.
This last routine is the most bluesy,
Bluesy.
feeling song that we've done.
And even then, there's like dubstep and R&B mixed into it.
Yeah.
So that was the compromise.
Yeah.
But it's like, again, I would have said the same thing, like maybe even
But
5
it's because it's now
years, 7 years
it's a
ago.
known weakness, you know. Like
Yeah.
it's not like a strong suit, so it's like I don't feel comfortable doing it.
But I
and it's
guess
hard
just
to
don't.
motivate
That,
myself.
and that's the thing. Don't make it a weakness. Like be
Yeah.
as versatile as you can from the start, so that it doesn't become this weakness that people either assume you have or that you give yourself.
I think this is why you're why I would say expressive is because when we started, we chose different songs, like when we went into it to demo to, because I would like a different type of song to you and we would like different songs.
I actually feel like it's the opposite.
What do you mean?
I feel like when we first started, we had similar taste.
Oh, like the hip
Now
hop
I feel
stuff.
like
That's
now
fair.
we're more like pew.
That's fair.
Going
With
away
what
from
we
Yeah,
want.
no, that's true.
Yeah.
Because we did think all the hip hoppy songs had more energy
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
So
were
the
like
crowd would get more
hip-hop,
pumped.
R&B.
I would get more pumped.
Yeah.
Everyone would be more hyped.
It was always pump up.
Now
Yeah.
we can kind of be like, we don't have to pump the crowd up. They can appreciate our quality of movement or something.
And I might be in the mood to do
Yeah,
like this
yeah,
weird
maybe.
interpretive contemporary
Maybe.
song. And Zach's like, no, I want to do this like old school R&B jam. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah, just different feels.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
yeah.
I think also there was a great podcast with Emmeline on it with, I think it's What the Judges Want from
Was
Glenn
it
Ball.
ours? No.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen her in so many.
She talks about like Glenn Ball asked her a question about like how do you find your style and all that sort of stuff, and she started talking about how you don't find your style finds you.
Yes.
So either way,
Yeah.
like if you stick at it long enough, like you don't need
Yeah.
to. I think just being aware of it and like what it is gonna be like a helpful thing.
Yeah.
And what you focus on and what you're working on and blah blah blah. I think it's just that we want to get so much better that we want to learn all these things.
Yeah.
That we are more of we're not focused in on a style, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Doing other styles of dancing, whether it's solo or partner, definitely does help with the journey of finding your style, I feel. It's a lot harder to take on inspiration when you're just doing one style, especially when you're learning it and you don't know much about it. That's hard. I know like when we kind of all started, we would copy
Yes.
and then make it our own.
Yeah.
So like, and
I
that's
still
really
copy.
important to make it your own. Yeah.
I still like whether it's in West Coast or another style.
Yeah.
Like you draw inspiration from other people.
I mean, yeah, sometimes I'll just see dances or like styling things and I'll be like,
How
oh,
did I work this
that
in?
was like so sick, and like I would have never thought to do that.
Yeah.
And now what I get, the fun part is I get to see what that is and then think about how I would do that, and then the options that now like can like expand from this like new thing that I have, which I think is like super exciting.
Having the skills to do that too, to like know how to like make it your own.
Yeah.
Is its own skill.
Yep.
Like it's not like that's why it progressively becomes like that, because the more skills you learn, the more you realize how you can do that.
Yeah.
But like from the start, your styling is going to be who you learn from basically, and then from there you start to learn a bit more and all this sort of stuff, and you start to go, okay, now I have options, like which way do I want to go, and blah, blah blah. It doesn't mean you can't grow each branch individually. This is a tree, guys.
Yeah.
It's a tree.
It's a tree.
If you're like a visual person, if you think of like associating your movement with like an animal or a color or an
emotion.
mood, an emotion, just experiment with different types of things like that to see how that makes you move differently and like what you feel, like what you think feels good and what maybe doesn't so much.
That's a whole thing on its own that we could like. That's a whole.
I think like taking inspiration from other things. Again, like copying or taking inspiration.
Like we did that.
It's good. It's a great way to get it. I feel like I have a great example of where I used to do this. And then
we look the same.
We used to look the same. But I was watching a video. This was, what was it? It was a Doja Cat music video in which at one part of the song, right at the end, she like does like the step thing where she's landing on her heel, but she does it into the splits. And I was like, oh, that was so sick. She went like boom, 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 boom.
That's where you get that from.
Yeah. And I saw her do it and I was like, that's
that
cool.
Makes so much
and I was
sense.
like, I can't go into the splits, but I can at least do that cool heel thing. And I was like, that's so sick.
I see it.
Yeah. And I was like, I love that. So I took it and I was like, I'm riding with this. And then, varying success. Sometimes I think it looks better than others and it fits better in some places. But that, like, I had to figure that out. So, like, it's a fun one.
If you guys follow the Westy discussion of the day, you might have seen a post on there where someone was angry at someone for stealing a move or something. But I don't know if you guys have seen it.
Continue with the story.
Anyway,
It's like
this whole dance is like you learn from someone that teaches you their moves.
Yeah.
Which is the push, pass,
And then
or
they
whip, or a
evolve.
variation of those things. So like, cool, you can keep your moves to yourself. You might if you're gonna do that, you might as well patent it. You might as well get a legal guy to come in and pay for someone to like copyright it or something.
Get royalties
Like,
every time someone does a break.
Like that's gonna be a very expensive process. But like, good luck, because it's all over the internet. You're not gonna be you're going to inspire someone with something that you do. All it takes to inspire someone else is one more thing than they do. Like, depending on how hungry they are for that information or not. Like, if they are trying to do the same stuff and blah, blah, blah. But, like, all it takes is someone to know 2 more techniques or 2 more patterns or 2 more whatever, 2 more isolation points or 2 more emotions that I can bring out. 2 more, like, all these different styling things.
2 more isolation points. I just watched a video of this guy, saw it on Instagram, did like this wave, and then it like his neck popped out of it. It was like boom, boom, shoulder, neck, shoulder, elbow, arm out.
Literally 2.
Yeah. And then he like did a body roll, but it's like each section
abs,
popped out. This middle section here was like, it was like he had a pregnant stomach in the middle of his torso.
This is the thing.
It was so strange, and then rolled up to his chest. It was crazy.
And I love this because some people have like so much awareness of their body, and some people are born with like double jointed butt.
Yeah.
Like all different flexibility and muscle awareness.
Yeah.
But like, fuck.
I'll show you guys the video after this because it was actually really
cool.
It was
So I've
sick.
learned
It was sick.
the isolations between like fingers and elbow, and then
Joints.
shoulder, and then it'll go
Shoulder.
shoulder.
And then it's
shoulder.
shoulder. Not shoulder, neck,
that's
shoulder.
so
Yeah.
And then we've
Cool.
learnt the one where you go like down the body, but
Yeah.
there's a lot.
Speaking of like Westy discussion of the day, one of the most useful things I found to kind of describe people's style and like understand and adapt was using the elements.
Oh,
So
yeah.
like someone has like a flowy, watery style. Someone might have a really fiery, sharp style. Someone might be really grounded and
Did we go
Earthy.
through what
Earthy.
we thought each other's were?
And then fire, and then wind. Wind might be like you're doing lots of aerials and lifts and like flying in the air.
you like
Light.
you're really light and you like a lot of things that kind of bring your feet off the floor, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was really cool. That kind of helped my brain describe people's style a little bit.
I think you have to think when you first started, because I think the more you learn all of those those elements.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you become the avatar.
Oh, master
yeah.
of all.
Ideally, you want to become the avatar so you're the most versatile you can be.
Yeah.
But I think
But where do you start?
no matter what though, I think everyone will have at least one or two of those as their core
Absolutely.
style.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think. What would have been my first?
Fire would definitely be one of yours.
I think fire and earth were my first two. Earth in the sense of like I was so focused on my footwork that I'm like I'm tripling and like I'm into the ground and I'm like I'm doing the stomps and the.
Would you say
the
that's
sharps.
shifted now?
Absolutely, like it's changed. Like I'm
Maybe fire and air.
Fire, air. I change between all of them.
I think fire is definitely
love water too.
your main one though.
It's easier for me.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's your default.
What about you guys?
What would like we're thinking OG elements.
OG elements.
I think
The gangsters.
I think-
Okay.
I think regardless, there's probably one that's been the most consistent and is still like majority. I feel like I don't know. I feel like water is the most versatile.
I think you're
Out of,
very
so I
watery.
think- more water?
I'd say
You
you're
are
water
water.
fire.
Yeah.
Water, fire.
Water fire. Yeah, it sounds
honestly,
kind
Yeah,
of
water,
good.
fire.
Yeah.
Water, fire.
Yeah. You're
Fire.
boiling
Fire.
water.
Because I can turn the fire on when it needs to be hot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, man.
It's getting steamy in here.
Okay, I would think I would be. What was it? Air, fire, water.
No.
Earth. I am the avatar.
I'm the master of all four elements.
I think when you first started, you were air / because you're very tall. You were taller as a kid already.
I think
Yeah.
water is a strong
Air,
one.
And
water,
you're
maybe.
long.
With the isolation thing, the water kind
Yep,
of works really well.
No bones.
Yeah, I think you're now. Like if I talk about your routines,
Yeah, they feel more
Earth.
The-
For sure,
my
Earth.
routines feel more earth than
Yes.
I would say even my actual dancing.
yes,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But I think that's because Rashania is very
Yeah.
earth and fire.
Very earth fire
She's
for
earth
sure.
fire.
I would
So I
say
think that's kind of gone on to your style a bit.
Yeah. And you should feel my body during our routine. Earth as well. That baby
Tense.
is tense.
I only say
It's
fire because it's so hot.
Yeah, it's
sweating
basically
so
just
much.
2 minutes of like full body contraction.
Yeah.
And I would like, and to give you an idea, like you Cuban Emmeline, 3, 2, 1,
Water.
Like and we didn't discuss that.
So I
at all.
was scared I was gonna get it wrong for a
It
second.
flows
Yeah, do you know what I
to
mean?
some
Yeah.
level that I don't even understand.
They are water air in my mind.
Water air.
Water air.
And then they have when they go,
Oh, it's a fun
they go
day.
down, and then
Yeah.
they go very earth when they do like
Yeah.
low floor things,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that doesn't happen that often.
But even that feels water to me, like
They-
you
It's
know,
still
water
yeah.
running down
Water is
on the floor.
definitely the main.
It's
Oh, I
like
spilled
Mary-
my water bottle. That's Yakub and Emily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
That is water feet.
But this is why we're moving away from the edge. Yeah.
I was just saying
I'm
this
so
the other
glad.
day how I haven't broken a glass in a very long time.
On that note, anything else you guys want to say about this topic?
This has been a good chat. Like,
I like this.
I've gotten a lot out of this chat. Hey.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm still learning.
About time.
You guys are just avatars. Like, you can't beat you two
Master.
ever.
Oh wait, that's
Oh wait,
Dragon
I
Ball.
do.
I'd say that's Dragon
Oh my goodness.
Just everywhere but Budapest. Oh.
No, that's fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
I was just having a little dig at
Budapest.
the duck beat me.
The ducks beat you. The ducks. If
If
you
you
had
want
done
to
this,
know what we're talking about, watch my All-Star first place in
Daniel
Budapest.
Pavlov,
Yeah.
2025.
That will make sense.
Anyway, that's been a great chat,
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
Please,
Good luck finding
like
your
always,
style. Like, subscribe.
Like, subscribe.
Share.
Yeah.